Okay. Rare tournament stream. First time in a long time. I think the last time I did this was like maybe like a month ago for real. But a lot of tournament stuff has happened. I recorded a lot of videos. I uploaded a few of them. I still have some in the back. Like today I'll upload a tournament series video from SHOWDOWN Tour playoffs, which was really good. Let me see this. Who's tapped in? Who's tapped in right now? You know what type of timing we on. Tournament timing. This is some of the most fun stuff to stream. There's a lot of games to go over that I haven't gone over, so we're about to go over them. The tiebreaker just happened, which was a bunch of different teams were involved in that tiebreaker. That's what I'm gonna be watching first. It was a 7th place tiebreaker and then an 8th place tiebreaker to see who would make it into playoffs. So two of the 4 teams here between France, Germany, and then India versus China got to make it. So there were some crazy battles going on. Then there was a relegation tiebreaker. This is for the teams that did poorly. If whoever loses in this, their team has a chance to not even play in the tournament next year. They have to go through some crazy bracket as a result. So my team almost got stuck in that one year. One year we did so badly, but we won the relegation tiebreaker, and we didn't go out sad. Yoo-hoo. It's all good. Happy Monday. Agency poll is missing. That's a fact. I'll probably have my boy Lax join me in the next 15-20 minutes because I think he's online, and I asked in a group chat, I said if anybody wants to join, go ahead. Some of my friends. I know it's on Discord. Copy that. But yeah, I haven't I gotta also rewatch, what's it called? I gotta rewatch that fuck, what was it? Not rewatch, I haven't watched it to begin with. Joey and Swave's week 2 of the SPO. I need to watch that, and I need to watch week 3. I've been behind a bit, so I'll tap in with those maybe tomorrow when I stream. Shout out to my boy Lex. He's been streaming a lot. I was on his stream the other day. He been content maxing. Some great tournament stuff. Have you ever done draft? I did draft twice. One a team tour, one an individual tour, and I made finals of both, and I lost both. Isn't that sad? But yeah, I've only played draft twice. I don't really enjoy the building, so I don't really play draft too much. Shots to draft. I always like watching a random draft game that I have no like understanding of the teams. I like going in there and just seeing what crazy stuff people cooked up, seeing the craziest tech hit, random move, random berry, random whatever. It's always really satisfying. So I like watching draft, but I'm not really into building in general. Like I have to really love a metagame so much to enjoy the building aspect, and I haven't enjoyed SV like a super ton in at least like 9 months, I want to say. Actually, it was fun until the moon ban, but it wasn't like super fun. Now it's super not fun. Shout out Hedge. I can't wait to watch the video from the AA draft league. Yup, facts. I'm gonna do that at some point, probably tomorrow, or if I stream again at night, or maybe even at the end of the stream. But yeah, this generation is fine. I think the most fun I ever had playing Gen 9 OU was in 2023 up until like Ursaluna and Ogrepon and all that shit came out. Then shit got kind of sticky. But I really loved it for the majority of 2023. Like the first year of SV was so tough. Shout out to my boy Mikro with the Big 10 gifted. That's mega members. Let me see some W's in the chat, some cross in the chat. Thank you so much, boss man. Big Mikro. He got that new crib. He pulled up to the stream. Had to drop the 10 members. Make sure you guys join the agency server if you haven't already. And you're membered up. You can do that by going into your connections and your Discord settings and connecting your YouTube or Twitch account, since I'll be dual streaming on Twitch too if you're subbed on Twitch. 2023 at Chenpao and Shedtail. Nah, Chenpao was banned very early. Chenpao was banned in like the first month. And then Shedtail was pretty cheap, I won't lie. But even Shedtail got removed in by like, I don't know, April, maybe March. But But yeah, I really don't hate Gen 9 or anything, but I think that it's been pretty boring the last few months for sure. You can still run some new shit. It's not like the metagame is like solved or some crazy shit like that. You can still run a lot of new shit. Like, look at Weezing G, which has been in and out of OU for 2 years and is now solidly OU. Like, the metagame will always be changing when a generation is current gen, because people need to get ahead of the next guy. But I felt like the most creativity and shit was like more than a year ago. We'll see, though. I miss Roaring Moon, though. We need that guy back. Shout out Wallum B. Welcome to Verified Agents. Appreciate you. It's a tough name. Stopped playing Gen 9 some months ago. Nah, like I said, don't get it twisted. I still like Gen 9 a lot. But the current period of it, I'm pretty whatever about. But that's how every current gen is. There's never been a current gen where I enjoyed every single part of the current gen. And I've played through 4 current gen now. Well, I'm old as fuck. I started playing when I was like 13. So when Black and White was ending, when was that? 12 years ago? Yeah, Black and White ended 12 years ago. I was 13 then, and I was playing that shit. I was playing on PO on Black and White 2, and I always thought that was pretty fun, but I wasn't here from the start of Black White. So the full gens I've been from the day 1 to the end when they were current gen was Gen 6, 7, 8, and will be Gen 9. But Gen 6 was fun for a majority of the time, but there was still like a nasty stall era, and the end of Gen 6 was pretty fucked up with what's it called Sableye and shit. Gen 7 I didn't enjoy the beginning of Gen 7. I thought the first 1 or 1.5 years of Gen 7 were pretty trash. You can find me on record saying that shit. And then Gen 8 was up and down as well. There's no current gen that in its time as a current gen, it can be fun the whole time. That just does not exist. There's always a down period in every gen where it's like, yo, this is boring. Gen 7 had some issues to me. There was a stall super takeover era where everybody was running stall. Then there was the Zygarde era in Gen 7, and that was also super giga cancer. Gen 8 beginning started off horrible with that Hippowdon, Corviknight, Zero Aura metagame with the Teleport Clef. That was fucking terrible. But then when they had Pokemon Home and Urshifu and them joined, it was pretty good for like a year. Then that shit got boring again when Boots and shit took over. But I always thought Gen 8 ladder was really fun. The ladder in Gen 8 was always pretty fun, but yeah. Oh yeah, Gen 7 had that Dugtrio era. Dude, I'm telling you, Gen 7 was really a whack tier for a while. And I love Gen 7. I'm a Gen 7 guy, man. And I'm telling you, there was an era in Gen 7 where it was like, they gotta turn this shit off. This shit is so... Oh man, I remember the Smogon ladder tournament in 2017. The team I qualified with, I remember I had a crazy GXE. I was number 1 on the ladder, 91 GXE. You know what my team was back then in Gen 7? Mega Scizor, Zapdos, Mew, Toxapex, Clefable, Dugtrio. I had super shy semi-stall. No Chansey, no Gliscor, no Scarm. You don't need them shits. I had Calm Mind Clef, SD Scizor, and then Mew, Pex, Dugtrio. Nah, I had some gods on my team. It was such a beastly team. Dugtrio is so cheap. She was super crazy. Everybody would run U-turn Scizor, Clefable to knock everything, and then Dugtrio. And Dugtrio took a whole year to get banned, which was probably one of the worst tiering mistakes. Yeah, it took competitive singles a while to decide that Dugtrio was broken, but it was just getting more and more, like progressively more and more broken as time went on. It was just too ridiculous. Zard Y Dugtrio. I literally brought that to a tournament and won. I had a filth team from Mr. Jambad back in the day. It was like Tyranitar, Dugtrio, Ferrothorn, Celesteela, Mew, Charizard Y. That team was filthy. Dugtrio would trap the Heatran, and then you getting free flamethrowers off, and then your Celesteela sweeps too. Shit was nasty. Dugtrio could pair with anybody and become a filthy guy. Shout out Ishtar in the chat. Facts, the Sand team. That shit was a good one. That was a classic. But we're in Gen 9 now. It's changed up. We got new items. new beginnings, if you will. Let's see what we can find out here. Let me get this tournament remix on. Celestial Blast from the past. I love that Crest is rising in Gen 7 Mon is dope. The fact that Crest is now all over Gen 7 is so nuts to me. That shit did not exist for the entirety of Gen 7. Now that shit is all over Gen 7. Everybody be rocking a random Cresselia. I'm not big on it, but I do understand why it's good. But I don't like using that type of Mon. Because Crest doesn't do enough damage. And it's also, I don't know, it's good with that Rocky helmet. There are some team styles where you won't lose with Crest in Gen 7. But I like a lot of good Psychic types in Gen 7, so I think I'd rather use like a Reuniclus or something. But it's just a metagame shift. Crest was really good into those Metacham type teams. And then there was that Calm Mindset. Anyways, we're here now with this Generation 9 World Cup of Pokemon battle. We're in the top 8 of the World Cup of Pokemon now. They had their pool stage with many different countries. I think this tournament is super long. They have like a qualifying stage for all the countries that aren't already playing in the tournament. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 12, 15. So 15 countries played in this qualifier bracket, and then I don't know how many of them get in to the actual tournament. I think like maybe like 4 or 6. I think 4 or something. I don't know. And then the actual round 1 is 16 different teams playing, and so now we're down to the top 8. So some people on the some teams on the spreadsheet were tied, and I was like, huh, let's see. So 7th place and 8th place. So 2 of these teams go home. We had to watch this. You know what I'm saying? These big series. There's some Smogon Tour playoffs replays I can go over as well, but I decided to put those last just because I recorded some of those series and I'm going to be uploading them anyways. Smogon Tour has been pretty hype. I love watching that shit because the 3 main gens in OU is very satisfying to witness, I must say. Shout out my boy Carl in the chat. It was storming yesterday. It's just been mad hot here. It's like 100 degrees here. I don't know what kind of heat wave's going on, but if we look at these teams, man, these are some retro teams on this side. This Dragapult, Cinderace, Landers T, they don't be running this no more. This is that retro structure. Everybody's running this now. There's 100 different Tornadus Tinglu teams. Everybody's running this. They be running Nasty Plot Tornadus. That's what people are on now. There's still some support Tornaduses, but a lot of people have been running Nasty Plot, Life Orb Tornadus lately, which is pretty hit or miss. I don't know if I think that shit's good or not, but it's pretty weird. I think Torn without bulk is hard to get away with, but I mean, this team doesn't have a switch into Bleak Windstorm anyways. Tornadus T leads off and gets killed by Draco Meteor turn 1, which is funny. That's pretty funny. Draco Meteor turn 1 Oko. I had this happen before in a Gen 8 battle, but I wasn't a Dragapult. I was a Hydreigon, so I knew it would kill. I'm pretty surprised it killed, but that just means the Tornadus is 0 HP. It's probably offensive. So this guy probably expected to take Will-O-Wisp or something, and probably just went for Bleak Windstorm. He probably just didn't expect Draco and didn't want anything else to take a Will-O-Wisp. But why? I don't know. That's crazy. I think the Dragon move is always coming out that turn. Should it be Darts or Draco? That's pretty funny, though. But that's that fully offensive Torn versus Specs Dragapult. We see Landers T come in on Sludge Bomb. Okay. Sandsear Storm. What the fuck? Nah, that's crazy. That definitely Oko's wheezing. But running Sandsear Storm is definitely Darwinism, because this shit has Earth Power. So, sorry to say. And why did this guy stay in to go for Burn? Not even knowing if this was Earth Power or not. Yo, this guy's bad. And then this guy having Sandsear Storm is just ridiculous self-grief. I'm sorry to say. Stop using LARP moves. This isn't Pokemon Arceus. Nah, if he had Earth Power, he just won the game. No, that was definitely outrageous, running Sandsear Storm. What do you need that extra damage for? Regardless of what you need that extra damage for, which you don't, you're gonna lose because you're gonna miss, which he just did. But I'm not gonna lie, if he hit that Weezing G, yo, this guy might have been absolutely clipped. There's not no might have. It's a promise. All right, we see Grassy Glide come out here. Knock that shit out. Pult coming in here. Cinderace. Okay. We'll see a slow U-turn. Me personally, I would have gone to Dragapult there. Skeledirge is not rocks? What the fuck? I mean, it's not boots? What the fuck? Nah, what are we doing? Yo, what are we doing? I'm doing me. Nah, what the fuck is this? Why is this not boots? What kind of shit is this? We out here running Skeledirge. We running UU teams. It's super crazy. with no boots on the dirge. You think he clip farming? He's crazy. We see King Gambit coming here. But usually King Gambit's supposed to come in when more Pokemon are dead. That's just what I heard though. That's just what I heard though. You turn out. In comes King Gambit to take a Will-O-Wisp and be slower. Maybe he thought he was faster, but Weezing is normally faster. So second King Gambit here is nuts. What? Why did that come in instead of Cinderace? Or like... Also, this was a tough play. What's it called? Going into Weezing, expecting Draco or U-turn. Because if Shadow Ball came out, this shit was cooked. How did that even work? What would I have clicked here? Probably U-turn. Definitely U-turn. Actually, Drake is not that big of a deal, but I understand wanting to U-turn. Actually, Grassy trains up. I'm definitely clicking U-turn. So then second Gambit for free is nuts. Oh, it's Defiant Gambit. No, it's neutralized. I'm bugging. I'm bugging. Alright, let's see. Ogerpon comes in. Okay, Synthesis gets clicked. This shit's pretty annoying, but it's still only lefties, so you can get some pivots off. Weezing G comes in here, okay. Are we gonna see a Pyro Ball? Protect! Oh, he got that troll set. Sludge Bomb, Wisp, Defog, Protect. He on some troll shit. HP going back up. Nice U-turn. Dragapult comes in. Let's click U-turn again. Okay, nice play. Now you can bring in Ogerpon, Wellspring. Rillaboom's going to come in. It's pretty hard to break this team. You need Rocks back up, but he can't get them back up. Okay. Terra is nonsense. What? Is there no better Terra here? Because fucking sack the King Gambit for no reason. Terraing Ogre is still... Did he just want to start hitting things harder on the Switch every time? Pretty sure this is a wrong play, though. He got a crit, though. So that's pretty cool. But... high horsepower on the Switch and it Okos. Holy fuck. Nah, that was pretty saucy. I'm not gonna lie. I can't believe that O-code, though. Is that not crazy? This isn't banded. High horsepower is super funny. What the fuck is high horsepower? He's on some other shit now. He horsing around. Nah, that's nuts. That shit is super fake. Okay, Corviknight comes in. U-turn. Grassy terrain being up and then everything being leftovers is fucking ridiculous. That did a lot. This got to be a fast Corviknight because 77 is too much damage. Way too much damage. Or it's Spadef. One of the two. Weezing comes in here. Okay. Tinglu comes in here. I think he should have switched out this time into... not this, though. I think he should have gone into Ogerpon. I don't know why he switched into Dragapult. Why would, if you're gonna switch, why not go into Ogerpon? Doesn't even make sense. Should have swayed in the chat. But yeah, if you're already gonna switch out regardless, he should have gone into Ogerpon. Cause he already terra'd and gave it up, so he needs to be getting those Ivy Cudgels off. Now he's gonna lose cause Rocks or whatever goes up. Yeah, sure. Damage. Rillaboom comes in on Ivy Cudgel. This is still winnable. Because you get to U-turn again. Okay. Goes into this to bring King Gambit back in. Stall out another turn of Grassy? Or what? Skeledirge comes in. Dragapult comes in. Okay. I think you still just spam U-turn. Oh, nice Weezing. This guy's troll. He keeps going into Weezing and being annoying. He's making the right play, though. Alright, go to Ogerpon here. Let's see. Oh, I'm the GOAT! Let's see. No, stop going to Dragapult, man. Fuck. Okay, it's all good. Let's see. Stealth Rock go up. He's trying to catch what? Corv? It just gets ruinated. Corv comes in on the sack. Synthesis. Kills this. This goes for Glide immediate. Now that rocks are up, Glide's pretty free. But now it's over. Now it's seeing loose sweeps. Yeah, he forfeits. That's a tough scene. I will say that if the Sandsear Storm hit, this was definitely a game over, and this guy won for sure. But Sandsear Storm is really not real, like at all. Surely there was a better Terra. Also, sacking the King Gambit to burn was super wrong. Maybe there's a superior Terra here. I mean, not a superior Terra, but either way, you definitely don't Terra. Not being able to keep rocks up was really tough once the yeah, if this hits right here, this is for sure over, because rocks stay up the whole game and it's just over like so many ways. But Landers sacking itself here was wrong for sure. You need to keep rocks up versus a team like this. So what's it called? Making this take helmet damage and sacking yourself is, I don't think, the play at all. Especially because he's offensive Cinder Ace. So yeah, I don't know. Having an extra Landorus sack with taunt and being able to U-turn and troll would have been really nice this game. That's what I think. Yeah, definitely a tough miss, but shouldn't have sacked the Landorus T for no reason. There's a lot of mons on here where the HP just doesn't matter. And if the Dragonite, if he forfeited at this stage, it means the Dragonite's just giga useless, which means why didn't he just send that shit out earlier to break rather than sacking everything? I don't know. Tough miss, but you can still play this shit a lot better, I think. That should be happening, though. He had that retro team style. Specs Dragapult with the court change Cinder Ace in big 2025. First off, I invented that core. Remember that. And Landorus T. I invented all of this. This team is pretty funny. Lefties spam with the grassy terrain. Yeah. You're definitely not fun to play against at all. He got a tough team, though. Weezing G is all over this bitch. Okay, so France won the first game. Let's watch this game. Gen 8. Let's take a look. Let me change the sides for consistency's sake. There seems to be a G Weezing epidemic right now. Yeah. Everybody likes G Weezing. Everybody's on G Weezing's nutsack. It's a good Pokemon though. I'm a big fan of G Weezing. I was all on that shit. I was on that shit before everybody. When they were all running them Clef Gliscor teams, my G Weez would come in and take a big shit on those teams. Shout out to G Weez, man. I can't believe that shit is OU now. Alright, we see the most used team in Gen 8 history with the Urshifu. I don't know if it's Scarf or Bandit. I think it's like Scarf. I don't remember though. AV Slowking, Spadef Garchomp. You feel me? Yeah, and then I think it's like Bandit Weavile. I don't know, let's find out. Garchomp leads. Alright, let's see two big Toxics. Okay, he switches out. Okay, we see one big Toxic. I would have taken that. Okay, so is this not Toxic? I would have Toxic this immediately. Then Coco can win. If he clicks Moonblast here, it's only going to do 40. Okay, Stealth Rock. Slowking comes in. It's better to have Knockoff or T-Wave. Okay. Slowking goes fucking stupid on this team. Why is this the counter? I'm gonna take 80 from Flamethrower. Yeah, this is the worst game ever. Alright, this is already over. I don't know how this could ever be the answer. Dragonite comes in. Corv should come in. Oh, tough sludge. Weavile comes in. It's boots. This is already over though. Magnezone got sacked for fun immediately. And it's specs, which is not real. Okay, so Kartana is maybe Scarf. Or what? Oh no, it's not. It switched up moves. So it's SD cart, not pads. Okay. Let's see Volt Switch come out. Nice switch. Nice switch into Garchomp. That was a great switch. I would have EQ'd too. Expecting Clef. But Dragonite is free. Clef comes in on what? Corv? Oh, he clicks Toxic though. Said, no fucks. We need to start chipping. Okay. Slowking comes back in. Should take some good chip. Gets the drop, which is nice. Garchomp comes in. As we see Future Sight go off. Now Corv comes in. Oh, Urshifu. Straight to Urshifu, predicting SD. Oh my god, EQ came out though. That Shifu took a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Magnezone dies and Corv hasn't even come out. Hell no. Okay, stays into Ice Punch again on Coco. Doesn't have a free switch, so I understand. Volt switch out into Garchomp. So I'm going to Dragonite. We need motion with Garchomp. DD gets clicked as full paralysis. Maybe hit Ice Beam. Roost on Future Sight so that it only does like 20. Yep. I'm curious about this game. I don't think Dragonite can do anything that can win this long term. Yeah, you just U-turn out into Weavile. U-turn, get some chip. Slowking comes back into Troll. Sludge Bomb gonna do a lot. Did way more than I thought. This is like super offensive Slowking. Earthquake. Is it Earthquake do a Wing Beat? Nice Clef on the Corv. Get that recover off. Clef goes back to full HP, but that won't save anything because this Slowking is still a piece of shit with Future Sight. Bro, Future Sight is so cheap. I hate this shit. Okay, SD gets clicked. Fire Fang. Oh, it's not Fire Fang. Damn. Alright, well. Sacking that Magnezone will go down in history. This team was already super weak to Slowking G, so I'm gonna be honest. This was a pretty shite team. But if Magnezone trapped the Corv, this was doable. If this, what I would have done, I'll tell you what I would have done differently. This is already over. You can't lose from X-Ray's position. Nah, nice stay in like a boss and click Roost again. It was a pretty nasty play. Oh, he defogged. Nah, he's tough. Garchomp on Future Sight. Dragonite comes in on what? Corv. You turn into this. Axel. Oh, he knocked off the helmet. That's probably safer. Yeah, the Weavile just wins. Volt switches in on this again. Damn, nice play. He got outplayed very badly. I did a decent amount. Moonblast should do 40, if I had to guess. Dragonite comes in on Sludge Bomb, finally gets poisoned. And then we'll see Axel come out here. That's a 2-hit KO. Oh, only one hit. Gotta be a little more patient. Go Coco. Okay, goes Garchomp instead. Should have gone Coco, though. Why did Garchomp come in? I guess expected the Slowking G. But why would... Bruh. Whatever. Now that Slowking is 2-2 player. Alright, we'll switch out. You gotta bring in the Dragonite. Yup. Clicks Roost. Ooh, nice stay in. That was a tough stay. Okay, Corv comes back in. Future Sight does 60 to Clef. God damn, this shit is so boring. Holy fuck. Triple Axel. Knock this out. Yeah, so after Future Sight was clicked 7 times this battle. Nice move. And then, yo, the Slow King went stupid this game. I knew that shit was gonna go stupid. How could it not go stupid? This is what I would have done differently in this game. This right here, if you're Scale Shot Garchomp, this team, everybody knows it's Spadev Garchomp. He should have gone for Scale Shot turn 1. Literally should have gone for Scale Shot turn 1 and got off the most damage possible. I don't understand this shit at all. Should have just gone for Scale Shot and got off mad damage. These are Spadev Garchomps. That shit could just kill Garchomp with Scale Shot. Should have just gone for Scale Shot turn 1. That was supremely switching out, and then second Magnezone was super giga crazy. Nah, bruh. Nah, bruh. The Urshifu was Scarf because the Kartana was SD, so the Urshifu was Scarf. It revealed Scarf. It was faster than the Coco, and Ice Punched for a little bit of damage. Yeah, it was Scarf. That's what this team be using. This team be spamming a Scarf Urshifu, which is pretty interesting. I don't be using that myself. I've used it before in a tournament, and it won. It actually won me the game because I was able to Ice Punch a Garchomp. But I don't like that shit. I always like Banded. My least favorite set is Pads. Pads is the worst set ever. Pads is dog shit. That shit is so weak. You can't 2-hit KO anything. But, I mean, you're going to get hexed if you don't run Pads by Static and Flame Body and all that shit. But, yeah, X-Ray kind of went stupid on him this game. But also, the Magnezone being sacked and then switching out Garchomp turn 1 was for sure wrong. Disconnected my mic for a second. I'm back. Alright, anyways, this game was pretty weird. Garchomp SD plus Zone. There's only one good Zone team, and it's not this one. It's with Hippowdon and Buzzwole and some other shit. That shit would have gone crazy this game. The team I'm thinking of. Buzzwole plus Future Sight. That's a problem. Yeah, but this, I don't know. Magnezone plus Coco is a pretty fishy combination. But honestly, bro, the Corviknight never being killed before Magnezone went down. This was just like you gotta have thrown this game. Sorry to say, because the Zone is a crazy threat. The zone was a crazy threat. I think he just predicted Sludge Bomb and was so scared. But then why would you stay in Flame? This is so crazy. I mean, staying in Flash Can. This was so crazy. Just gave up the Magnezone. I don't know. That was an ass play. Been there myself. The chilling Game 3 conclusion. 1-1. Miss out their bestie too. The VGC Menace. Blazing Dark. This guy was my teammate when we won SPL. He's a good guy. Let's take a look. We got the oldest sand team in the world. I brought this sand team to a tournament in 2016. So they're still using this shit 9 years later. Which is crazy. But it's true. It's a great team. It's a great team. But this, I've seen this team a few times. This shit's pretty annoying. It's Growth, Venusaur, regular Tailglow, Manaphy. It like looks like a bulkier team. I mean, it is a bulky team, but everything is moving pretty offensively on this team. It's pretty cool. This team is pretty dope. If this team was around back when I played and Gen 6 was the main gen, I would have loaded this up some more. I would have definitely loaded this up some more. Venusaur was never a Pokemon I really liked. I think that shit's kind of bad, but Growth Venusaur is pretty dope in this, I think. Cause you can beat fucking Skarmory 1v1 with Growth at the end if you're like last mon. You just get +6. In a team like this, turn 1 we see EQ come out against Tyranitar, and that shit does nothing. Are we gonna see Superpower come out? I thought the Tyranitar on this team would be Scarfed. I guess not. Okay, this is defensive drill. Why the fuck did he sack Tyranitar if he has a Skarmory on the back? Alright, bro. And why did you EQ? What, bro, what? Why is this shit not Scarfed? And why did it get sacked immediately? Oh my god, Zapdos is about to fuck you up. Bro, what kind of game is this? Nah, bro, there's a whole Scarm. You can't do that in the game 3 of the big tiebreaker. Hashtag no fucks. Hashtag get it how you live. I don't know what to say. That was crazy. Alright, Rapid Spin. So at least Scarm can still troll by keeping up spikes. Zap comes in. Nice Whirlwind. Manaphy comes in. You gotta take the Scald now, though. I'm not gonna lie. This piece of shit team gets 6-0'd by Manaphy. Alright. Scald was clicked. Had to click Scald there. You don't want to Tailglow on Whirlwind like a fool. So nice Amoonguss. Nice switch. Giga Drain on the switch to Venusaur for a nice 5. Every bit matters. We see Venusaur click Growth. I told you this big bitch clicks Growth now. Some nice chip. Synthesis up. Sludge Bomb again. Growth again. Let's see. Okay. Clicks Growth again. No, he doesn't click Growth because Sludge Bomb. Alright, whatever. Zapdos comes in here to drop that free Thunderbolt. Oh, Volt Switch. 20%. Shit is super Spadef Clef or what? Clicks Tailglow immediately. Okay. What did he predict that he switched out? Oh my god, dies to Psychic. We're going back to the Clef now. Substitute. Thunderwave. Oh my god, imagine he just Thunderwaved here. Imagine he just Thunderwaved immediately. Nah, he switched into Amoonguss. Nah, he got scared out. I got bitched out. What if he if he Thunderwaved there, it could have been alright. It could have been alright. Alright, he just loses now though. It's never been more over than it is right now. When you see a situation like this, you just know it's never been more over than it is right now. Goobed. This shit not gonna KO with Fake Out plus HJK. Even with a crit, no dice. That was a giga funny game. Misses Rock Slide on the switch, but this shit doesn't matter at this point. He just needs damage so that Weavile can kill it. Yeah, and that's that. Nah, that was kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. The tail glowing on the Clefable no fucks and made the guy switch out with his aura so that he didn't get T-waved. Nah, we haven't seen something like that in a long time. Nah, fucking Manaphy is one of the OG 6-0ers. Manaphy's cheap. Nah, it happens. Manaphy's cheap. Manaphy's cheap. I'll be losing. To be honest though, the times I have used Manaphy in tournament was like twice in Gen 6 history, and both times I ran into like max T-wave spam and it shit did nothing. I was like, man, fuck this. I had better luck with Manaphy in Gen 7 because I would use it on Rain all the time. And then in Gen 9, I think Manaphy is pretty underexplored. I mean, obviously, Ogerpon exists, which is a bitch for Manaphy, but people be sleeping on Manaphy in Gen 9. That shit is actually pretty amazing. Anyways, That means France beats Germany narrowly, and they go on to the top 8 of the tournament. Meanwhile, Germany is kicked out the tournament. Shout out to Misha Bessie, though, rocking the top 30 on the random battle ladder badge, you know, showing these pussies what really matters. Okay. Oh, this is the next round. So we got Italy, France, West versus India, US West versus India, Brazil versus Chile, which is tough. I think Brazil hasn't made it to the playoffs in an extremely long time, or so I heard. Africa versus US Northeast. So that is the top 8 of the tournament. 3 rounds left. Hopefully my team wins and I'll bring back a big dub for the guild. Otherwise, I'll go out sad like a dishonorable samurai, and that shit would be not fire at all. But I'll be bringing the latest CTC heat. You know what I'm saying? That new style, that new ball shit. Okay, India versus China. Wow, a decades old battle recreated in Pokemon. Let's take a look. Let's take a look, shall we? We got the 2 titans of the Asian continent, the 2 most populated countries in the world. For those of you who are more geographically educated, if you didn't know that those are the 2 most populated countries in the world, you need to pay attention more in school. That is a basic fact that I think most should know. Now, that being said, we're here in Gen 9 OU. We got big Lamora action. Lamora looking at you super duper gooper crazy. Okay. Glim 3D model is pretty dope. We got Piyush 21 representing Team India. I've played him before. And Separation, who I've also played before. Separation haxed me, but he made shice plays, so he might have won anyways. Nah, but he super haxed me. And then Piyush 21. I haxed Piyush 21, but I 6-0'd him, so that shit did not matter. So basically, I said the same thing twice about both battles, but I changed the perspective. Anyways, I'm a pretty big fan of Separation. This guy's he's huge on Chinese YouTube. Fucking Billy or whatever I think it's called. But he's CTC showed me his videos. He makes a lot of Pokemon content. He's very famous on the Chinese SHOWDOWN scene. He actually like narrated one of my tournament battles before, and I remember CTC was like translating the shit to me because he the dude he narrates in Chinese. But yeah, so shout out to Separation, because all fellow Pokemon SHOWDOWN YouTubers, I gotta be supporting them. So I always and he's a shice player. He's super shice. The games I've seen from him, he's shice. Piyush 21 is pretty shice too, but I'll be always supporting Separation. The YouTube Nakama, I can't not support the guild, you know? There's a reputation to uphold. the YouTube player base is like that. So shout out to Separation. Anyways, we see HO versus HO. Glim, Valiant, Dragonite, some staples. You know what I'm saying? Piyush 21's team is pretty interesting. No ground type, which leads me to believe that the Kyurem or the Dragonite is going to be Terra Ground, because you can't have no ground type. What kind of team is this? My Raging Bolt comes in and 6-0s this shit. Separation's team is pretty interesting because there's a Garchomp on it. It could be Hazard Lead Garchomp, which I like a lot. It could be Scale Shot Garchomp. We've seen that one time so far in the World Cup, and it wasn't bad at all. It did its job. Let's see. Interesting teams, though. Definitely. Some offensive offense. Kyurem leads off. Is this Assault Vest Kyurem? Why did he lead off with this? Or he just wanted to lead into Samurai? It switches out turn 1 on what? Scale Shot or whatever? So it actually is Scale Shot, which is funny. Maybe let off with it to bluff Hazard Lead. Also, this is his best lead into Ogerpon, since you can Scale Shot turn 1 and then scare it out. Also good lead into Glamora. I think he just wanted Garchomp to start going stupid on shit. So I don't think it was a bad lead. And then Piyush 21 definitely expected Samurai or Glim and wanted to cover both, but let off with the only Mon that could OHKO this. That was a nice play. So Val comes in here on Scale Shot. Good call out. I would have stayed in immediately and been like, fuck your Helmet Chomp, and then died to Scale Shot. Personally, I would have been lost my Mon. Glamora comes in here on knockoff, is max defense, judging from the fact that it took 19. Moonblast comes out here, and Sludge Wave gets clicked. This is for sure not the correct trade. I don't know if he wanted the super free Glamora and didn't want to lose his sash, but that was definitely not needed. Rocks go up here. Glamora dies, so this one's also red card, if I had to guess. Okay. Darkrai clicks Nasty Plot, expecting Glamora to get sacked, or predicting Samurai. Separation makes a great play, knows Ice Beam is not coming out, I guess, and clicks Scale Shot instead. Uh-oh. You're goobed! Sorry to say, you're goobed. Oh no. Oh no, buddy. Clicks SD here on Play Rough. It's a shiest play. I guess in his mind he was like, fuck it. If this is only Cudgel, I might live. But you could have died to Trailblaze plus Cudgel. SD is kind of nuts. I think he should have got the damage with SD. But either way, Chomp went stupid and got mad kills. Glamora comes in to absorb the T-Spike and to get the T-Spike back up for opposing Kyurem, so that's a nice play. We see Samurott come in here to click Sucker Punch or be Scarfed. No, wait, we just saw SD. What the fuck? He was just trying to chip it for Val. He went for SD expecting Sucker Punch or some insane shit. Or like, maybe he expected defensive Terra, like Terra Poison, and so he wanted to SD. Kyurem comes in. Encore, 3 attack, CC. This shit is AV. So, okay, so that shit was AV. Because 57 is not real. Okay, so that explains why he let off with it. But basically, Separation led with the only thing that stops Kyurem lead. That was a true Lord read, I must say. That was a true Lord read. Drop is tough because now the Val doesn't go down. But I'm gonna be honest, it still looks pretty tough. So Val would have gone down, and then I mean, he would have killed it with Samurott flip turn into whoever. Okay, we'll see Gold come in and Trick. No, goes into Dragonite instead. Terra Fairy on Terra Ground, Terra Blast, DD. Okay, clicks Earthquake here. I see. Earthquake again to knock that out, but Samurott will be able to live that as it is Scarf and knock this out. So honestly, if he got damage on this turn instead of SDing, he would have been able to kill the Samurott with E-Speed because of the extra chip, and then maybe he would have been able to flat out win with his Dragonite. The SD was weird. I'm gonna assume he had no grass move / predicted like a Panic Terra, but either way, I think you just take the damage. Gold on a balloon? Maybe. I don't know, Gold is probably on a balloon. Why didn't that shit come out then? It probably was Balloon Gold, since this team wants to keep the hazards up. But then again, the Glamora doesn't have to be Spikes on this team. And the Chomp might not even be Rocks on this team. It probably isn't Rocks. Crazy game. I like seeing Scarf Samurott win. That's one of those underrated tech sets that be putting in work whenever I see it, bro. It always gets a surprise. Like, every time I use Darkrai, it feels like the population of Scarf Samurai has gone up like 80,000%. So, yeah, I don't know. I think sacking the Val was for sure bad, but I think Piyush 21 was honestly fine because he kept the hazards off the field for the most part. He should have just attacked this, and then he could have maybe won. I mean, it probably was Balloon Gold, Gold anyways, but Let's see. That Samurai went stupid though. She got 2 kills, clutched it out at the end. Terra ground, E-speed, EQ, and then I don't know what the last move is. Either rock slide or ice spinner. Probably ice spinner, if I had to guess. Double Glamora in the playoffs is funny, or in the tiebreaker. It's funny. Okay, let's watch this. We got that torn on torn connection. This shit might be too nasty. Plot Tornadus is back at it again. Like I said, people really like this this new LARP they got going on, with Nasty Plot Tornadus being back in the mix. That shit's not real. Let's be realistic. That shit's not real. The moves aren't accurate. First off, you would never catch me rocking Nasty Plot Bleak Windstorm. You would catch me rocking Nasty Plot Hurricane, because I really do this. I really KO these Pokemon in front of me. You know, I really do that. So that's just something that I personally noticed. Shout out Cody. Welcome to the agency. Make sure you connect your Discord with YouTube. Join the server. Thank you for joining. We need to get back up to 900. I don't know why my counter won't update though to new members. Either way, we need to get back to 900. Shouts to y'all. Oh man, Tornadus is weird. Nasty Plot. It's like a fishy little set. They should be putting in work though. CTC likes that cheese shit. Nasty Plot. He used to use that shit too. He's asked for that. Alright, we see Thunderwave click turn 1 against Tornadus T. Been there myself. Knocks off the Torn. That shit got some giga HP on it. We see knockoff. Okay. That'll help. Ting-Lu gets cured by the soul. This is water guard. Oh, it's knocked off though. Nah, guard getting knocked already is nuts. Guard could have gone stupid on this team if it didn't get knocked off. That's a sad fate. Nasty Plot gets clicked. We're gonna see another Nasty Plot get clicked. Yup. You turn in the gold. Yup. Terra ground is funny. Scarf. This will live though. Yeah, easy tank. It's honestly not a bad trade. He should have tricked this. It's just gonna come back. Does this matter? Maybe. It could be a roll. It's probably speed type plus roll. Doubles into Hydrapple, knowing that the switch is coming. But it's already over for this guy. He already lost. Malignant Chain on Nasty Plot. Alright. Draco's pretty free here. Okay. Nice Giga Drain. A little pressure. But my Java has no switch. And this is also walled by Garg and walled by King Gambit. And we'll lose to Great Tusk. So he's sacking this. Okay. Back to 79. This lives Terra Blast ground. I actually remember watching this battle now. He shouldn't have he switches out here. This is a roll that's in Hydrapple's favor. If he stays in and kills this, I think he probably wins the game. But him switching right here is a giga throw. That was his only way to win. That roll is in the Hydrapple's favor. I'm pretty sure Hydrapple would have swept had he just taken his kill there. But now, this guy slow dies. Also, IDEF here is nuts. He was probably trying to catch the Great Tusk switching in on recover. But this is super giga fumbled. He did get unlucky with what's it called? If Bleak Wind like crit mattered on Torn, or if it's a speed tie or whatever. But you see how that did only 57, bro? That did 57. So if you go back to turn like whatever it was, he's at 79%. So that made me sad, because I think if he stayed in, he definitely scared himself, or what? Nah, he definitely should have and could have won that game, because even after all this sacking and shit, like, bro, what? Nah, I think Chansey and Lulu had a great chance to win this game. I would even wager that they were favored if the kill was taken this turn. Oh no, bro. Because 57, which means this gets down to 22, probably recovers like 15%. But then there's the regenerator. I mean, the Tusk is still a big threat, but Hydrapple lives at a higher amount of... Nah, bro. Nah, Sway. Nah, no. I really think that this was more than fine, even after the torn went giga stupid. Nah. Definitely scared themselves. I've been there myself, though. I've been there myself. Sometimes you just don't know if you're gonna make that play or not. You get scared, start pissing yourself. Been there myself. But yeah, I think if you could drain, you could still win this game. It's not automatically won or anything stupid like that, but it's a much better chance. Because if this shit's already gonna happen again, now it happened, and that shit did 57 and 56. So there's no obscene possible roll. Bro tweaked. I don't know. This could have been AV. I feel like it wasn't, but it could be. So, okay, let's watch this. Alright, we have two very known teams. The most used sand team in the history of the world. In Gen 8, I'll be fucking with this team, though. That's a good one. Spadef Tyranitar. T-Wave Rock Blast. Good time, baby. I like using this cheese set. Excadrill, Swords Dance. On my version of the team, it's Boots. And then Calm Mind, Thunder, Clefable, low win condition. This team is probably weak to Tapu Lele if it gets all the turns correct. Clicking Focus Blast and Psychic. Garchomp SD is pretty tough for this team as well, since it can't hit it hard enough. And then Urshifu is probably a threat if it's banded, otherwise it's not that crazy. Alright, you knock off turn 1. Alright, there goes the specs. Sasha gets Click Focus Blast. Let's see. Oh wow, Clefable's a big call. Moonblast is an even better call then. Wow. Psyshock, Moonblast, Future Sight, Focus Blast. So you probably knew that it didn't have... I mean, Moonblast still did way too much though. Okay, we can see Ferrothorn come in here. Now that Future Sight is out. See the double back into Tapu Lele. Good ass damage. Nice Moonblast again. He's getting a lot of damage for free. Is this not crazy? Is this Lele not killing everything? This modest specs shit? Oh my goodness. Stop getting everybody KO'd. Alright, he's full Spadef. Is this shit really not Focus Blast? It's gotta be. Okay, Protect is fucked up. Okay, yeah, it is Focus Blast. I was gonna say, surely this shit's Focus Blast. This team is what's it called? This team is just weak to Lele. Anyways, Lele finally is stopped temporarily. But not after getting everything super weakened. So, this getting knocked off is not great though. This was a big threat with Rotom at 5% and Ferrothorn at 62. Now this shit's low as fuck. Oh my god. Alright, so automatically we see Melmetal get sacked. And then just goes for the flinch, hoping to keep rocks off the field. And he gets it. Or spikes off the field. That's pretty badly played with the Melmetal. If Hazards went up there, that could have been annoying. We see Icicle Crash. Makes me think it's banded Weavile, because Icicle Crash, you don't see it on SD. You need the extra power of Triple Axle. Alright, the last Water Resist died. This is probably Scarf if he clicked Surge. Okay, we see Surge clicked again on Tornadus T here. Nah, U-turn is nuts. I don't understand U-turn, because if he switches, it's going to be Zapdos, so you'll paralyze yourself. Anyways. I don't get it. Clefable walls this anyways. Shifu. But the reason I didn't like Melmetal being sacked is now Clefable is actually a pretty big threat to this team. Okay, Volt Switch did a lot, though. This might have some special attack on it. We see Wish, so it's Wish, Soft Boiled, Moonblast. What's it called? This Troll set. Nice Tyranitar and Hurricane. Volt switches out, where rocks are going up. That's actually a tough self-hit. Alright, Musashi 109 goes into Clefable, which is good. You just click soft build here. Oh my goodness. That sucks. I would have sacked Tyranitar, I think, after the flinch. But that flinch was actually really fucked up. But this guy's gonna get flinched again, like a second time. Yeah. Alright. If this gets paralyzed. Yo, this guy got actually brutally hacked. This Musashi 109. Yo, this guy actually got hacked very badly. I'm not gonna lie. He should have won the game right here. When this got this should have gotten rocks up instead of hitting itself in confusion, and he would have won the game immediately. No. He for sure got unlucky. He would have got rocks up immediately, and then Clef wins. Because even if you get flinched, which he did get flinched, you still win because it's gonna kill the Weavile with Moonblast. Yeah, I would say this guy actually got extremely hacked. After the beginning where the Lele killed everything. That was actually really a tough match for this guy. He got hacked to shit. Seriously. Ugh. Weavile's pretty nasty. Classic. Icicle Crash is the best move ever for a reason. So you can't do this with Ice Spinner. You guys remember Joey's fucking propaganda back in the day that Ice Spinner is better than Icicle Crash? And then you got to think about all the tournament battles Icicle Crash has taken. So, I don't know. Yeah, because this got Giga sacked quickly, and then Clef looked good to win. This team is weak to Clef, I'm not going to lie, but you go Zapdos and you spam Hurricane. And this was max special attack, because taking 55 is nuts. But yeah, honestly, if this doesn't get fully confused and gets the rocks for free, I think this guy can't lose, even with getting confused about. I'm not confused, even with getting flinched 2 times. But and he got paralyzed. Nah, this guy was for sure unluckier. Happens though, happens. I've been there myself, bud. Been there myself. So that means India proceeds over China 2-1. So France and Germany. France and Germany played, and France won. India won. China and Germany are out. This is relegation tiebreak. This is for the team that got last place. This is like the battle of last place. So that they can decide who can who can play next year. But that's like whatever. Let me go look at some round 1 games. Was there anything super duper crazy in the round 1? So many games, bruh. I guess I will just watch these then. Langlois versus Old Spice Mike. So this is also for the tiebreaker, but this is for the relegation tiebreak. This should be a good game. Both of these two be playing and building a lot in the SVOU. I like the teams. This is the same team. Old Spice Mike always uses this team, but there's like a Darkrai over this sometimes. This all he uses with Dragon Dance Kyurem. He uses this shit like so many times. But it's a solid structure. It's a solid structure. This is a crazy team, I'm not gonna lie. Rillaboom with this. This is definitely a crazy team. But like crazy in a bad way. Alright, let's see. Cause I don't like Rillaboom. I like Rotom though. Oh no. Wisp turn 1 is honestly kind of crazy. Why not just Hydro Pump? There's no switching. And the Kyurem is DD. We know that from the team. Whatever. Wisp again. Maybe trying to force Pain Split. But you can't Pain Split after Noise. Why did Noise do so much? Trying to catch the Heatran. Trying to stay in on Nuzzle. I don't know, been there myself. Heatran comes in. Heatran's actually... Oh, Landers comes in there. That was a nasty play, Old Spice, Mike. That was a nasty play. Heatran's actually pretty good into this team, though. It can check a lot of shit. Especially because the Kyurem is going to be more than likely Dragon Dance, Terra Fire. Sometimes they run Terra Electric, but Heatran will beat that regardless, so... Heatran's actually stupidly crazy in this game. You gotta just beat Zama. I don't know if it's going to be Fairy or Ghost, but the Terra candidate might go to Bolt, turning Fairy and going for game at a certain point in the battle. Because Bolt can sweep this shit pretty easily. Hatterene comes in on Pain Split. Okay, Volt Switch. Nice play. Yeah, good. You got a Volt Switch there, actually. Get something going. Is it not Pain Split? It could also not be Pain Split. Rocks go up. Nice play, nice play. The Rocks going up is really good. You need that shit out the way. Kyurem and the Iron Moth can't come in at 100 unpunished. U-turn is clicked. Great Tusk comes in, speed boost. Big U-turn. Damn, that's tough because the Tusk gets its booster exhausted immediately. If EQ was clicked, then it was completely fine. Langloy probably thought that because Rotom and Rilla are so free, EQ is going to come out rather than going for... I get going to Great Tusk. That's a tough play. Because you want to keep the Rotom sack. You don't want to U-turn for no reason. I mean, you don't want to go Rotom on U-turn and give up your sack for no reason. Heatran comes in on Draining Kiss, which is good. Iron Moth comes in on Magma Storm or what? So Moth is definitely not clicking Terra Blast Ground if it's trapped. Okay, T-Spike dies. T-Spike's pretty nasty though, because the Tusk we already realized is not Boots. So even if Langloy gets a Rapid Spin off in this game, also this is a big threat now, which is Earthquake, now that Rotom's dead. Kyurem comes in, interesting. Nice Volt Switch, owned. That was an ownage Volt Switch. Garganical comes in, it's time to get started. Facts. Also, that was a good switch by Mike to stop Great Tusk from coming in and getting off a Rapid Spin. That was a nice play. Volt Switch does 14, so I can't decipher anything about that Kyurem. I'm pretty sure that Kyurem is still Boots, though. Or not Boots, sorry, Dragon Dance. That's what they usually are. Iron Defense gets clicked. Curse gets clicked. It's leftover Za, though, so it's probably Roar, but, like, this team is absolutely fucked by Za Roar anyways. And then this is in range. So I think... I mean, this team is cooked by Za, but I think instead of trying to set up alongside it, because you already saw leftover, so you know it's IDEF, I think you have to go into your Tusk and click Rapid Spin, and then make your Bolt Terra... I mean, like, it's either Bolt becomes Terra Fairy, or Heatran becomes Terra Fairy, but you have to go Tusk instead of this, and get the spin off. And then go for some Fairy Bolt or Fairy Heatran route. Assuming those are the Terras. I'm pretty sure the Bolt is at least Terra Fairy, but Heatran, it can go either way. I usually run Terra Fairy. I haven't ran a Heatran in fucking months. Heatran's pretty shice though. I like it. Anyways, Roar means that Za will have this packed up at this point. This is an ambitious team. Grassy. I wonder if it's leftovers Raging Bolt. Heatran's Flame Body. Pulls the Flame Body so guard can recover. Heavy Slam is different. Heavy Slam is pretty cool though, because this team is weak to like Enamorous or some random shit like that. I don't know, that shit hits hard. Bolt, Fairy, Heatran, Ghost. Shoutouts to Lang in the chat. Facts. Then yeah, maybe Heatran turning Ghost. I guess then you'll lose to one of these guys. But that was still probably the... Okay, so it is that lefties Bolt. It should have to be lefties with the Rillaboom in the back. Landers comes in on T-Bolt. Okay. It's a good switch. You got to keep that. What's it called? You got to keep that shit alive. Earthquake. Clicks Grassy. What's this? I like SD Rillaboom. I like it with Life Orb. Terra Dark. And try to kill Petrant and shit. It's like a fishy set. It's not like super good. But SD Rillaboom has some use case. That does nothing because the Bolt is too defensive. But you can see how defensive it is. It took 39 from Katao. Goes back into Landers. You got to keep that Iron Head just in case. Yeah. It'd be hard to make new teams over and over and over again. This team not bad though. I actually like Heatran. Heatran is like, how do I explain it? It's like some games, man, it'll be the most piece of shit Pokemon you could have brought. But some games, you'll be like, yes, I've been waiting on the big Heatran, the big Heatran team matchup. Crazy roll compress. Nah, it can be super tough to keep on making new teams. But Heatran, yeah, facts. Heatran is solid. Flame Body is cool too. You could Grassy terrain we haven't seen in a while, like super often. But Grassy at least lets you run some greedy Pokemon. Like this is a annoying team to play if 3 different Pokemon have leftovers and then Rillaboom is enabling that. But we used to see those offenses with Rilla plus Grassy Heatran a lot. I used to even run that shit a lot. Heatran is still a tough mon for me to like just load up. There was only like one time I was using that shit, and it was on already like that. It was like 2023 Specs Dragapult Rillaboom meta. Cause Heatran would wall that. But I like Heatran. Where's it? I wish I could find that team. I probably can't find that team. Let me go to my main. I brought this team to a tournament, and the Heatran did its job. Let me go to Gen 9 OU. Heatran. It's a super old team. I only used Heatran on terrains for the most part. If I like actually wanted to win. Was this it? It was like pretty similar to this. Where is this cheap shit? I might have lost it. I might have lost my team. Did I lose it? Did I lose my masterpiece? I'm looking at Decidueye teams. I must have lost it. Alright, it was more or less this team though. Let me find it. It was more or less this team. This is what all the teams look like. Yeah, it was more or less this. But this is the only time I was running Heatran teams. Yup, and I was rocking AV Rillas. Booster speed Tusk only. Nah, good times, good times. Heatran is good on a lot of structures right now with no moon. That's a fact. Heatran, King Gambit, Garg. A lot of Pokemon are a lot less punished that have defensive roles now in the meta. That's actually a big one though. No more Roaring Moon means Heatran control harder. Gliscor's going down too in usage. I like running what's it called? Roaring Moon as the catch-all to Gambit, since you can just tank Sucker Punch and EQ. I always like that trade. I always feel like that was a good deal back in the day. Wellspring is definitely annoying right now. Metagame is pretty boring. I don't think Wellspring is broken. It's just pretty cheap because of the moon ban. But if anything was to get banned, then I guess it would have to be Wellspring. But that's not what they should do. in my humble opinion. Okay. Let's watch this game. Do I like the new Fortnite season? No, that shit is whack. I played that shit 2 days ago because my cousins were here and I was hanging out with them. And I turned into like a werewolf or some shit. Like I turned into some beast when I picked up some item called the pom-poms. And then I was a fucking beast for like half the game. Nah, the new Fortnite update is definitely stupid. Whoever came up with that shit needs to be beaten with a bat. That shit was whack. I like Fortnite too. I'm a fan. I'm a known fan. I'm a known supporter, bruh. But this shit is not fire. That shit is dead ass a Verlicify update. Oh my god, that shit is stupid. Anyways, next game is Gen 6, which I haven't even shown today. Rare Gen 6 happening. Let's go. So this is the other tiebreaker. We got a pretty prehistoric looking offense team. Kieran Black, Keldeo. We got some bullshit going on here. We got dual screens plus Aerodactyl lead. Aerodactyl lead's been around for a while in Generation 6. It's not something that I've used many times, but it's actually pretty good. They run Defog, Stealth Rock, Earthquake, and then I think the last move is Taunt, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, they don't run no rock move. But this set, they'd be running enough HP and enough defense to live Fake Out plus High Jump Kick from Lopunny. So it's pretty cool. It keeps the rocks up. Diggersby is also really good. I've liked this shit since the Genesis. I liked using this shit even in the beginning of the Gen 6 meta, and that shit is still strong. If you get the free hit off, the speed stat isn't bad. It's like base 79 or 78 speed, something in that weird range. It's not that bad though. Scizor into Metagross lead. That was a life read leading off with Scizor. What was predicted that Scizor got let off with? Excadrill? Metagross for Meteor Mash Bullet Punch? Either way, Scizor was a crazy ownage. Why was Scizor the lead? Whatever. Life red. SD gets click turn 1. Gotta switch out on Heat Wave. Diggersby comes in as Heat Wave misses. That would have been a good 35. Return gets clicked into 71, but Static gets implemented as goes for Toxic. I can tell you right now, Diggersby would have preferred to get Toxic, so it could have killed the whole field, but now full parried. Alright, we'll see a switch into Excadrill. Yep. To get rocks up. Good God. 61. This is probably Silk Scarf. It's definitely Silk Scarf. Rocks go up, but you can defog with Arrow. Nice. Get your own rocks up here. Oops. Okay. As that shit dies, Superior comes in. Zapdos comes in to get sacked to Leaf Storm. We're going to see the screen start going up. Kill this. It's a pretty good position here. Reflect. +2 on this. You can just kill this right now with Glare into Leaf Storm. Gets flinched. That sucks. Dodges though, so it's all good. You just click Leaf Storm again. Nah, I don't understand clicking Light Screen. Maybe predicted the switch into like, I don't know. Definitely should have clicked Leaf Storm again, as nothing can kill except for Kieran Black afterwards. What? Quiver Dance gets clicked. Alright, going for game. Very nice. If this is banded, that shit's a roll. Alright, this is not banded. And then full parried. Oh my god. Nah, this is the worst game ever. Nah, G, this is the worst game ever. Holy fuck. This is the worst game ever. Alright, Hudson River comes in on Rapid Spin. Now, personally, I would have stayed in there. That was so unlucky, though. This is Assault Vest, probably. Clicks Fusion Bolt. Free Quick Attack Chip. Alright, I guess not. Don't tell me this shit's HP Fire. Alright. We're going for Hydro Oko. Oh my god, it's not Specs. Burn! Yo, this is the worst game I've ever seen in my life. Yo, this is the most lucky game of all time, bro. What kind of rob is this? This is the worst robbery I've ever seen in my life. This is the worst game ever. I'll be mad as fuck. Nah, what kind of game is this? This shit made me tight mad. Bro, what? Oh my goodness. We found it, folks. The unluckiest battle of the year. Nah, this was actually really ridiculous. Should have clicked Leaf Storm and killed the what's it called though? The Weave out. I guess expected a fucking Scarf cure him or something? I don't know. Obviously the game was over without this crit right here. Also, if there's no full para here, the game's also over. So this was a robbery through and through. But yeah, pretty outrageous game, I must say. Blender, help a G out. I'm in the cord now and I'm a member and can't access any channels. I'm computer illiterate, so sorry for spamming chat. Shout out to Cody in the chat. I'll check on the Discord settings after this, but it should be working fine if you connected your Discord with YouTube. But yeah, hold tight. Sometimes the shit just has to synchronize correctly. It takes a while. It should be good. Anyways, that was a tough game, I'm not gonna lie. We've seen some unlucky battles in the past. This definitely goes up there as a high ranking lucky battle. I would be really mad if this happened to me, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been hacked pretty bad before, but this one, this was nasty work. This was nasty work. SV Ubers. One of the most questionable tiers of all time, if I do say so myself. This generation is, I mean, this tier is definitely weird, and it's for weirdos. It'd be tough to defend this tier. Should they have kept Miraidon? I don't know. This tier is bad though, and I be playing this tier. I be enjoying this tier. I be vibing with this tier. This tier is dicks. But I'm a Ubers guy. I like that strong shit. You know what I'm saying? Ubers is fun. I like when I throw out the Zacian. Get to business. No Zacian on the field today though, which is sadness. But Ubers is a very imbalanced gen. And I like Ubers, but I don't know. It's pretty weird. Some interesting teams, bro. Some interesting teams here. We got Trick Room to the deciding game, which is pretty scary. I wouldn't bring Trick Room to no deciding game. Even with my most trusted Ursaluna Hatterene squad in OU, you wouldn't see me bringing Trick Room to a important game. Here we see a balanced offense type build. Calm Mind Ogre maybe. You know what I'm saying? Support Arceus Fairy maybe. I like Eternatus. Every time I see Eternatus, it puts in work. Let me put this bitch on fast. Water Spout turn 1. Sash lead. Get up the Trick Room. Misty Explosion. Psychic Noise gets clicked instead. Okay. Getting off some necessary chip. For Glacial Lance guy to kill. Clicks H-Wish. Oh my god, Terra. No way Terra was exhausted immediately. Oh nah. And Trick Room's done? Alright. Trick Room starts again. SD gets clicked here on spikes. No fucks. Groudon dies. Alright. Personally, I wouldn't lose from this position as Necrozma Dusk main. Kyogre comes back in to die. Iron Defense Arceus. This shit's gonna sweep though. Calm Mind. Yeah, this shit's gonna win though. Arceus Fairy. Nice outplayed. Go Ho-Oh on Ice Beam. Koraidon on Origin Pulse. Get that extra chip and get rid of the Trick Room or whatever. That was pretty ownage, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, that was some real ownage. Alright, we see this thing come into click Trick Room again. Oh, it actually just goes for the kill. But this is going to win now with IDEF. Yeah, it's over now. You just get +6. Oh yeah, when it's clicking Moonblast, that's how you know. This does 25. Yeah. Alright. That was a crazy battle. And by crazy, I mean they better do something fire with Uber's next generation. They better do some fire shit. What kind of metagame is this? They better give us some amazing mega Ubers in the next generation. First off, anything running IDEF in a competitive forum, Double Dance, IDEF, Calm Mind, this is some shit I'll be using on ladder. This is not supposed to come out in the tiebreaker. I'm supposed to cheese on ladder with this. IDEF is a hilarious move. I've seen people win with Amnesia before, though. Not even in old gen. I saw Amnesia slow bro back in Gen 5. There was some dude on the ladder. He's throwing Amnesia slow bro. He's weird, obviously, but it's still, the whole point is you can get away with some shit. Let's see. I remember people used to run Acid Armor Reuniclus, and that shit was so bad. Okay, so that's the first series, so that goes to US South. This is a 2-0 series. It looks like Belgium got 2-0'd. Let's watch those games. So I don't know how this works. I would assume one team gets relegated, or is it 2 teams get relegated? I don't actually know how this works. Yeah, I really don't know. I mean, the fact that they... I think only one team gets relegated? Actually, I don't know. I mean, I don't really care either way. Let's watch this. Alright, we got some SM action. This shit is pretty strong. We got fucking Charizard on Charizard. These guys have 4 of the 6 same Pokemon, which is pretty interesting. Not bad. Oh, these are crazy teams. This team is nuts. Serp is okay in Gen 7. It's like, it's definitely not bad. People just weren't using it back in the day as much, but it was never bad. Because you can always troll with that good speed tier. Okay, let's see. Looks like a Zard X versus Zard X battle. Because Genius X can't have Zard Y. Or his whole shit team loses to anything with a decent SPDF stat. Or like a Toxapex. Leaf Storm gets clicked turn 1 on the Switch. Landers comes in on Flare Blitz. Should take like 45, 50. Okay. But Charizard is now put at 50, so that's pretty nice. You see a U-turn or rocks. Heart switch into Greninja to stop the Zard from getting a kill. And to cover the Landers. Not bad. Keldeo comes in. U-turn because it's Scarf. Okay. You can go Serp here if you want. But I guess it would allow Zard to come in. So what do? We see Kieran Black come in, which will live Secret Sword. Oh my god. He went for the Z. I guess he expected a switch. A boss like me with an Ice Beam, that would have been a real confident predict. But that was a pretty tough play. He predicted the switch and everything. But, oh, he's not even Ice Beam. He's sub Home Claws. Switches out here as Magearna comes in. That was a nice prediction, knowing Magearna walls sub Home Claws, especially with Reflect Up. Okay. Keldeo comes in as Zard goes for Flare Blitz. He should have Dragon Danced every time. Maybe he didn't want to take a Z move, but should have Dragon Danced. What the fuck is 56%? I'd be forgetting how strong Keldeo is if Serp has 0-0. Leaf Storm does a lot here though, so you can get off a good hit here. Yeah, this is down to 30% now. Not a bad trade, but Serp could have been way bigger threat, so that being out the way is really nice. Flare Blitzes again. Watery MZ's coming out this turn. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Keldeo is now a thing in Gen 7, which is crazy. That shit used to not be used much at all. Taunt CM? Oh, nah. Boss call. This Zard should have been one. He got outplayed very badly, I must say. Reflect gets clicked. Clicks DD hoping for no T-Wave. Lunar Dance gets clicked into Keldeo, probably. I mean, Keldeo can kill this with 2 swords and is not 2-hit KO'd by Claw. Yup. Crits there, but it was a 2-hit KO anyways. I'm not gonna lie, Genius X positioned all of this shit pretty fire. I would have won. I would have won with my I would have won this with my Zardex personally. It's just so strong. Too bad the Greninja was Protean. Doesn't I? Oh, it had a fucking. Yo, I hate all these piece of shit berries. He probably thought he won with that Ice Beam sweep when this came in. All those piece of shit berries are so cheap. Gets a freeze there. He can win now with Scarf Ice Beam. Thaw? No thaw. I guess Serp lives. Clicks Glare here. Alright. See Calm Mind. Oh, but it's sub. Now he's gonna lose. Yeah, misses Gunk Shot. Had to hit 2 of them to win. But he already got lucky to avoid that type of situation. With the Ice Beam freeze. Yeah, this is over. Not bad. Nah, Lei could have definitely won if he got DD earlier. In fact, I think he should have won this battle. Especially, like, if you go to turn, like... So here... Nah, bro. He tweaked. He tweaked for sure. Landers T should have got a Rocks back up in this battle. This for sure misplayed. Because this guy lost his Landers very early on. Like, right here... Should have been Landers going for Rocks. You stall another turn of Reflect. Charizard can come in after. Nah, he for sure sold. He for sure sold. He was up a lot in this game. Yeah, this was some selling. Cause he had a really strong early game. These are some super fire teams, though. I mean, this is fucking cringe. It's just screens offense, but I like Calm Mind on the Keldeo. The shit's always gonna be good. Okay, it's pretty tough. Some UU rare. Hashtag rare. I don't be showing off that UU on my channel. Shouts to the UU tier. They got some guys that we don't see too much in OU, but we respect them. We respect them. They trying their best. We see a double Deoxys, double Enamorous T. This guy's team is super strong. So is this team. Those are some strong ass teams. What wins? Well, this team has no water resist, so Keldeo might own it. Hydrapple also looks kind of troll if it Terras. Infestation Hydrapple. Oh my goodness. Bro traps you and then goes for the crit fishing or whatever. Oh, well, this Deoxys is garbage. It's double screens plus whatever, taunt. Okay, we see Calm Mind here as Deoxys speed comes in to click what? T-Wave? Why did this come in? Oh, Trick. Oh, that was tough. I would have Calm Minded instead of Agility personally. Because now you're weak. And that Drill comes in to get this rapid spin off. Jirachi comes back in. Rocks off the field is huge though. I mean, this shit's doing damage though, I'm not gonna lie. Nah, this shit did a lot though. But screens are gone. Rocks are up for Ogre. It's not great. This guy comes in to get some chip. Should have clicked SD there. Would have killed the Scizor at 48. I mean the X-Go at 48 with Life Orb Bullet Punch. I guess this has Vacuum Wave anyways though, so it doesn't change much. Thunderous come in. That's gonna be double dance. Oh shit. Oh, you died to Surf now. Big Terra, but it's over. Agility. Oh. Everybody tap in. Tap in. It's about to get spicy. Alright. On everybody's soul, we T-bolting this turn. Alright. It's AV? Oh my god. I guess Thunders didn't have a move anyways. They're not going to be T-bolt Sludge Bomb. AV Infestation is a very cool set, I must say. This set went crazy. Dodge is Power Whip, but that didn't matter. Enamorous is going to Terra Steel in the end or whatever and sweep with Moonblast, so that didn't matter. That was a nicely played game by PDT. All the early turns, after the screens went up, he got rid of the threat, got up his own rocks. That's pretty nuts. Hydrapple was stupid this game. Took +2 focus. Took the first impression. That was pretty amazing. It was pretty professional tankage, if you will. Alright. Another Gen 9 OU game here. We got Deoxys and some strong joints. Tingaloo. I'll be running that myself now and then. Deoxys is always good. It's hard to go wrong. Shit got so many sets. People run Nasty Plot boots all the time now. That used to be a set you saw once in a while, but now everybody's on that Nasty Plot shit. It's pretty good. Deoxys is bulky enough to get a Nasty Plot versus most teams. You bluff a lot of shit out too. I still like a Jetpack though, with Psycho Boost Superpower. Boots 4 attack is also good, but I don't know. I don't know what set I like the most on Deoxys. Maybe it is a Jetpack. That shit kind of skillless though, and like Nasty Plot can force some really crazy shit. Because Deoxys will force a switch out against the opponent every game. Every game they're going to think they have a switch in, or they're going to want to preserve the mon they have out on the field. So, I don't know. It's hard to say with Deoxys. But I like this new set that's going around, Nasty Plot, Focus Blast, Psycho Boost, Recover. It's like a super cheese set. I like that set. I think it's pretty strong. I think it's hard to deal with right now. Okay. Deoxys leads off as Nasty Plot is clicked turn 1. Big ass play. Shadow Ball gets clicked into Slow King. Little damage here. Sludge Bomb, Poison. That's fucked. Red card, Nasty Plot lead. How interesting. That's a really difficult poison. Deoxys would have for sure killed another mon. Now, questionable. Just click Psycho Boost here. Oh wow, Darkrai came in. Alright, click Psycho Boost again. Great play. If there was no poison, this would have killed another mon. That's actually really annoying. Insta poison. And the Gliscor is activated. This dying is cool, but Val is handleable between Cinderace, Gliscor, and Corv. So it's not gonna be enough. Libero Ace does a lot there, 40%. I was expecting either helmet or a red card. What is his max attack? The fuck is his damage? This shit's max attack, max speed, or some bullshit. Because taking 49 from Ice Beam. Okay. Custap is crazy. I was gonna say, I'm like, yo, what is going on? So we got Specs Darkrai. That shit went down. Tingaloo went stupid there. It's getting off so much damage on the rest of the team. Okay, Ogre comes in to force the Gliscor into clicking Terra. As we do just see that. Ivy Cudgel does fucking no damage. What the fuck? Is this shit... Is there some Fizz Def on this? Corv comes in. This shit's not Calm Mind, I guess. Damn, not Calm Mind. Gets fucked by Brave Bird. Big play here. I feel like Val could have won if it SD'd and Terra'd. But I guess CCing on the switch here. It's hard to say you should have SD'd this turn. See Dragon Dance clicked. Old Spice Mike basically has to hope that this isn't, like, I don't know, Terra Blast Encore. Goes for Terra Blast Fairy. Gets roared out. But now Ruby Blood might just lose because Iron Defense gets clicked. You beat the... Well, you don't stay in here for sure. Alright, he had to go back to the Dragonite. I guess it doesn't change that much because the shit dies here, but... This is going to get 2 KO by a press, I would assume. Zama's such a piece of shit, man. Why didn't he click Dragon Dance? Adamant Dragonite? Oh no. Me lost anyways. Or maybe actually. Why didn't he DD? He must be Adamant and not Jolly. That's the only reason to click Dragon Dance. Zah's pretty pussy, I can't lie. Shit's annoying. But that was a good comeback by Old Spice Mike. Got rid of these two and won the game. This team's pretty ridiculously weak to Zah. Once Deoxys dies though. Fairy D-Knight. It's not enough. And Zah really roared out the Fairy joint. And it still swept. Damn. That was a crazy one. That was a crazy game. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not watching this. This is over under 127 turns. Turn 219. Yeah. It's about what I expected. Again, 2 Deoxys. Deoxy. Everybody be Deoxys maxing, bruv. Strong teams here. We got Iron Jugulus, which definitely isn't real. Shouts to all the Iron Jugulus fans out there. It's just tough. We haven't seen that guy do anything in a competitive game in many eons. Honestly though, Pheasantipity is pretty cool, I guess. Shit is like whatever though. This is a weird tournament. I mean, this is a weird tier. I don't want to watch this. It's just all that thunderous Deoxys shit. It's really messing with my vibe, my chakras and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? It's really messing with my vibe. I wonder what we'll get out of the top 8. Hopefully I'll be able to stream that as well. Hopefully I'll be able to stream that as well, yeah. Let me go back to round 1. I had Smogon Tour stuff to upload, which I'll definitely do. What have I not recorded from this? There was a series today we can watch actually. This was a pretty nasty game. This crazy turn. Stall with King Gambit and the King Gambit Spadef, but you ain't seen nothing yet. You gotta just see this one turn. Alright. Stealth Rock, Katao Cleave, Protect King Gambit. So it's a little nonsense, but you gotta really see what happens on this one turn. This turn right here. Nah, play that shit back. You gotta see that again in slow-mo. These are some sets you can't pronounce. We got them sets you ain't never even conceived. These are crazy sets. Crazy sets. Gambit, Stealth Rock, Protect, Pressure Stall. Incredible. Cinema. Unfortunately, Slow King G is just too powerful for this team. Damn, the double flamethrower was unbelievable. Yeah, there was a Pressure Stall Gambit team that this guy got to the top of the ladder back in the day. I remember that shit being so fun to use. It was like sub protect King Gambit, sub protect Sneasler. Shit was super OP. Nasty build. There was like a Wheezing G on it or something. Alright, this is horrible to watch. Cause I got that UU shit. I didn't watch this either. Actually, I watched it, but I didn't record it. This is a pretty nasty team though. This Raging Bolt. Nice Sun team. Nice colorway. This team looks like it's 24 months old minimum. I don't even know what the fuck we got going on here. Dragapult Wake Weatherless with the dragon spam. Hashtag rare. Hashtag he tried to bring it back. But I don't think it's gonna work. No. Nobody. Raging Bolt in the Sun is cheap though. I ran Assault Vest a couple times. I've ran Calm Mind Lefties. In this battle, I believe it was Life Orb. This battle had a crazy damage calc. First, we see this guy fall for the oldest trick in the book though. Come on, bro. That shit was not choiced. Anyways, we see Raging Bolt do some crazy shit here. It lives the EQ, lives the Life Orb, and then KO Zapdos from full while also outspeeding. This guy's epic. This guy's too epic. He's way too player. I don't know what to tell you. He's way too player. SD King Gambit as Torkoal goes for Eruption, which is funny. And then this dies, but there's Terra Fairy on the Walking Wake. It just sweeps with Hydro Steam into Venusaur. Not Life Orb Venusaur, by the way. Something I noticed. I wonder what that could be. You know what he could be? That the streets are not ready for? Eject Pack Leaf Storm. New set I just cooked. Wait a minute. Did I cook? That shit is for sure cocks. Maybe I chefed. that shit is definitely bad. Nah, when I hit the Growth X Leaf Storm with my Venusaur, y'all better be ready. Y'all better be ready. Nah, I definitely cooked. I definitely cooked the Eject Pack Venusaur. Nah, I definitely cooked. Then again, non-Life Orb Venusaur is so weak. Why is he running non-choice? I mean, not non-choice, non-Life Orb. Somebody open up a file on this team. Something's not adding up. Interesting set. I'll definitely record these. Maybe it's Dick's Expert Belt. Nah, that shit is not Dick's Expert Belt. Nobody running the Expert Belt anymore. That shit fell off. We not out here running the Expert Belt, bruh. Let's see. But yeah, we're into the playoffs now. They're top 4 of Smogon Tour. And we got this top 8 of World Cup. I gotta play this guy before Sunday. So I gotta do some shit on Sunday. I think it's 3 more weeks of this tournament. Should be fun. I've watched here and there. I wanted to go over the tiebreak replays. But there's a lot of games that I haven't watched yet from the regular round 1. Click on a random game. Let's see. What happened here? Anything cool here? Arcanine H. That's tough. These guys are very similar builds. There's been a lot of Corvs lately. Actually, you know what I'm interested in? More than I'm interested in looking at these replays in terms of this? I want to see the fucking usage. Yeah. Northeast is cooked in World Cup if Blunder brings Leaf Store Venusaur. Bro, I have no teams, bro. CTC don't even be playing right now. I'm cooked, bro. I have no teams. I gotta get up in the lab and make some real trash myself. Wait on it, though. My new Dragonite Spesh is on the way. Alright, look at these stats. Great Tusk, 39.25%. Watch me versus Hoenn. Okay, I'll watch that after this. 54.79 win is regular. Moltres, 23 uses, 73% win rate. What the fuck? Everybody want to use a Moltres and cheese around with a little Moltres. D-Knight extremely high usage because takes no skill to use at all. Ogerpon takes less skill as well, but has a slightly higher win rate. Dragonite 46% is hashtag disappointing. Gliscor 36%. That means Gliscor shooting 9 out of 25. That's the this is dicks. Nobody's using this. Curum, wow, another terrible performance. If my math is correct, this is 8 out of 22 games this won. So these two are both dog shit. How is this possible? Gliscor is getting out-muscled by the guys at the top. Everybody is what's it called? Has moved on past Gliscor's supremacy, is what I think. Everybody has moved on past Gliscor's supremacy. Now they want that Moltres. They want that Roar. They don't want that stupid Toxic or SD Gliscor. They want that super nasty Moltres clicking Roar fishing for burn. Pecharunt, top 14. The way I see it used, I thought it'd be top 10. Raging Bolt has a very high usage and win rate. The way I don't see Bolt enough for me to have thought it was top 12. I thought that shit got recycled out. But 65% win rate is definitely something to notice. What's Iron Treads' win rate? Yup. High ass win rate on Iron Treads. That guy's too good. He's too good. Clefable 38%, Garg 36. So these passive shits, it's an offense meta right now. You know, I would have thought shit like Garganical would have gone up with Roaring Moon's ban, since there's one less knockoff abusers, but it's still too offensive of a meta. Interesting. These are qualifier stats? No, this is overall usage. This is overall. Walking Wake 69%. Yeah, only has 13 uses, but I think Sun probably went crazy because people do not be using that Wake boot structures anymore. But yeah, Sun is pretty anti-offense. Sun is only bad into like Water G King. And Sun is pretty bad into certain Zamazenta structures you can lose to. Like if you have a Slowking G plus a Zamazenta, you should probably never lose to Sun. Ninetales, 7 out of 8 games won. Holy shit. Alright, so that explains the Wake victory. This is crazy. Look how disgusting Sun is. What the fuck is this? I gotta screenshot this. Oh, this is crazy. I've always been an original Sun believer, but I still can't believe that it has 7 out of 8 wins. Do you know how dominant that is? I know this shit is annoying to face, but I wouldn't have expected that, you know? Weavile, very low win rate, 4 out of 12. Shit's ass. Which is pretty crazy, because I always thought Weavile puts in work. I guess if you can't Oko the Mon in front of you, it's harder to get away with it. If I were to run Weavile, I would run Bandit, since you can click triple axle and kill Ogerpon and shit like that. Oh nah, we got the worst performer of all time. What is this? Holy cow, bro. Whoa. Oh my god. Guys, you're gonna want to see this. Skarm's also fucking dog balls. Whoa, this is fucked up. This got to be the worst performance of all time in the history of Mons. 1 out of 9? Nah, that shit is giga homeless. That shit had its time where it was a beast too. This is fucked up. This shit is so gone. 1 out of 9? You couldn't even pay me to... Sheesh. Holy cow. Skarm going 2 for 9 is also really surprising to me. Primarina going 3 for 9 means metagame has shifted to like a physically oriented metagame, because Primarina AV used to be a really nice cheese button. How could Prim only win 3 out of 9 times? Enamorous also going 3 for 11 is pretty weird, because Enamorous Scarf has always been one of the most auto win sets. Impressive. I felt like Deoxys was used way more than 11 times. Wheezing G solids 50%. Iron Moth and Iron Shreds are doing good. That Moltres win rate is super nasty. Same with Raging Bolt. But nothing else I can... Slowking G didn't win as much as it usually wins. I think Slowking G's never fallen off. That guy's the GOAT. How many Cero Ledges were used? Went 3 out of 5. I thought I saw like 10 Cero Ledges at least, given the amount of Veil and other shit we saw. Like... Let's see. Cero Ledges, I felt like we saw it so many times. Let's see what else. Some more. Latios, 5 out of 6 win rate is fucking shiced, bro. Latios is very good with that Soldu Terra Steel. And my teammate Star used Scarf Latios and ended up winning with that. It got off a clutch trick. Some Draco chip, whatnot. So shout outs to Latios. Scizor, 4 out of 5. I'm not even surprised. I use Scizor all the time still. Scizor never lets me down. Every time I use Choice Band Scizor, that shit has never let me down in my life. Araquanid going 3 for 5 means Webs won a couple times. Sinistra 3 out of 4 is surprising. I thought Sinistra fell off. I'm not gonna hold you. Torrentee only won that one game we watched, I guess. The tiebreaker. I don't know why else the shit's at 1 out of 5. Really? No, that shit definitely won more than that. I think it was used, I think this is an update probably, because I saw Torn win another game. Peep Latias. Let me take a look. Glamora 1 out of 4 is Cheeks. Okidogi 3 for 3. Small sample size. Alright, now we're getting to territory where none of this shit gets used. This list is only qualifiers? It's not... No, this is everything. I'm pretty certain. Because the numbers are bigger. Is it? Or do they not have... No, this is everything. Yeah, this is everything. Round 1 and round 2. Or round 1 and play-ins. Blaziken 100% win rate? That's pretty funny. Is this actually just qualifiers? What? No, I think it's both. Because look, qualifiers round 1, 66 Tusk. And then when they go to round 2, it's 7 Tusk. So 66 plus 7 is 73. And then if you go to overall usage, 73 Tusk. Right. Oh wait, this is qualifiers round 2. This isn't round 1. Oh, this is fake stats. Damn. I didn't know there was fucking 2 rounds of qualifiers. I thought this meant round 1. Oh no. Reading wrong stats? I'm heartbroken. I'm devastated, actually. They done fooled me with fake stats. Somebody gotta pay for this. Fuck. I wanted to see the real, Fuck. I want to see the updated stats. They gotta do that. They gotta update this shit fast. Nah, they got to update this shit fast, bro. Alright, Lang, let me watch your game. Since I said I would watch it. How do I see all these replays? Cody, I don't know why the server isn't showing up for you. I'll give it a look after I end the stream, though. Stream this game? I'll peep. Caught Quavo. In Big 2025? I don't recognize any of those games. Oh, this game was sad. My boy Star played. He played some red card cheese. And he got cooked. Were any of these like super goober entertaining? Let me think if I remember. One guy brought a Dunsparce and hacked evilly. It was pretty nasty. Saw some Dunsparcing. Alright. So for my calculations, Garganico's a threat. Moltres is a threat. If it's that Brave Bird shit. I've played teams like this on the ladder a few times. In fact, I think I did play this team on the ladder when I did my Scarf Hydreigon video. Or I played something like really similar. Quaquaval gets sacked immediately to Hurricane. But I'm going to be honest with you. Moltres goes stupid on this team regardless, so... Well, that's pretty fortunate. Weavile comes in, reveals Choice Band. Okay, but if you lose this, it could get pretty spicy later on against Gold or like Grass Moth. Za comes in to get knocked. Triple Axel. This guy's a beast. Okay. This shit doesn't do that much. Is this shit even banded? I think that's not banded damage. I'm pretty certain that's not banded damage. So what is the item then? Or is it banded? I feel like that's not banded. To only do 40? Somebody find out what the item on this is. This shit is not banded. I can tell you that much. I'm like pretty certain. Is it? Is this just max HP? No, this is IDev Zama. This shit could be banded with a no, this is IDev Zama. So that shit probably has Goob H defense. Okay, we see Crunch on the switch as Chomp pulls up to get max hazards up. It is banded? Facts. I didn't realize the Za was leftovers, so that shit is for sure mega defense caked up. This is not even the end of the world, though, for Hoenn confirmed, even though it looks pretty bad right now. Are we going to see a double into Moth? Corv. Isn't Moltres coming in? Oh, I would have gone Moltres. I think Moltres was definitely better. Maybe they don't want to get defogged on by the Moltres, but at that point you win. I don't know. Red card Gold is pretty funny. Red card Gold is pretty crazy. That's pretty nasty. I would use some shit like that if I had T-Spikes though. Treads knocks off here. Does a fucking shitload of damage. Oh my god, how can it take only 24 but then also do so much? Wait, what? I know it's Assault Vest, but... Wait, bro, what? I'm like super shocked at that damage. I'm not crazy, right? How can it do 49% but then also only take 24? Even with Assault Vest, I feel like you take more. Or you don't do this much. All I know is this Treads is going giga stupid. It's got to be super HP invested. Oh no, this is top 5. This is top 5 most horrible situations that could happen to you. Because you already know what this Treads clicked. Oh no, nah, this top 5 nightmare scenarios. I've been here myself, bruh. Oh no. I've been there myself. It's tough. Alright, if we get a boost and it's Terra Grass, that shit maybe can win. Oh wait, never mind. Actually, does Terra Grass kill? That's that +1. Nobody runs Terra Grass on Speed Moth though. Terra Ground. Okay, if that shit does 43, that means Energy Ball did like 80 something. So it was over without a crit, even if it was Terra Grass. This was a shice game, I'm not gonna lie. That banded Weavile was nasty. But the homegrown Iron Treads with enough HP to live banded knockoff. Shouts to Lang for providing that game. That was a pretty hype one. Quaquaval is cockballs though. You can't be bringing that shit. It's not a real Pokemon. What else did I watch? That was entertaining. Do I remember anything in particular that was super duper crazy? Did anyone bring anything crazy? I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna end it there. A little 2-hour stream. Hope y'all enjoyed. Drop a like, comment, all that good stuff. I'll be back with more stuff to watch. I'm gonna post some Smoke on Tour shit later today as well. Watched the series live with Joey and Lex and commentated it, so we'll go to that. Thank you all for being there. Good stream. Have a good one.